geez. Okay.
Tell us your name so it's not just your handle or your
Of course.
nickname.
Yes. So my name is actually Jade.
Okay, nice.
Yes, nothing to do with Elizabeth. I know. I will get to that. But my handle is Lizzie Drippins Designs. So
Very
yeah.
nice. Nice. Thank you for coming on, Jade. It's a pleasure to
Yes,
have you.
thank you.
We've had the pleasure
Yes.
of meeting each other previously through Instagram and exchanging ideas and hopefully very soon exchanging yarns.
I know. I'm so excited for that.
Indeed, we wanted to send each other a yarn and then make like a hat or, whatever inspires us kind of thing. So we
I
have that to
know.
look forward to.
We tried guessing, like, so we're asking, like, what kind of stuff do you usually work with? Just so that we had an idea, right? And
Hmm.
as soon as I said, like, pastels, we're going, oh my God.
You cannot go
Yeah.
wrong with pastels.
So, of course, I didn't get a pastels. So,
Okay.
of course, I went for something else.
I love that though, because I like something different. I need to venture out into other avenues. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I think because you mentioned like obviously talk about your style and stuff like that. And to be honest, I've been racking my brain all day. I just I just don't have one. I just pick anything. I think that's how I kind of learnt to love it, is I just kind of looked at something and went, that's cute, I'll give it a go, and just did it and bought the yarn to match the project.
Yeah.
So when people are talking about like all the favorite yarns and like almost like the aspect where they're just buying from the same people or doing the same thing, I'm just like, why? What if you want to make a chunky sweater or a tiny character one day?
You don't limit
Surely I'm not the
yourself.
only one.
Yeah. I love that though, because some people do kind of fall into a lane and they only buy Bernat blanket yarn or they will only buy acrylic yarn. And I'm like always
Yeah.
asking makers, like, have you used this? What other yarns are you interested in? That kind of thing. Because I want to, expand my horizons. Like I bought the faux fur yarn and I
Mm,
cannot stitch it, but it wasn't until I got on a live and somebody says, you have to feel for the stitches. Like you can't see
yeah.
them, you have to feel for them. And I was like, I would have never. I gave up on that yarn. I was like, you know what? These stitches sound. It does. We're not gonna get along, and that's fine. So I just put it up,
Yeah,
and
it's like it's not my thing.
I was ranting about it, and they're like, "You have to feel for it." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, guys."
So
I
you're
could have
like,
just
sounds
asked
like
for help.
effort rather.
You mean trial?
um
No.
Oh, by the way, I noticed, yeah, I've said that we're sideways. I am, but the thing is, I have to charge my phone. So if I try to, like, sorry,
It's
that's so
okay.
unprofessional,
We're
but
gonna
my
roll.
phone will die. So if I put myself the right way, it just won't balance. So we're
No
gonna have to
worries.
kind of deal with me at a tilt, unfortunately.
So tell
I'm
us, what are
so
you
sorry.
working on now?
All right. To be honest, I've actually managed to finish a couple of things, so I'm quite proud. So I think I've just finished an order. At the moment, my cats are doing well, so I've just finished this
Oh,
little this
so
little black kitty.
sweet. I
Yeah,
love.
I tried to message the people when they buy them. They obviously just port. There you go. I'll give them a little bit of a close up.
Yeah, it's like velvet yarn, right? Or is it cotton?
Yeah, yeah. It's the I forget what it's called, but it's the big saver ones. You know, the giant packs that you can get. And this is what I'm saying. I genuinely just pick and choose different things. So this yarn was used when I made a giant pug for somebody.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh, I need black. Okay, let me go for it. But
But I
but
love
he is
that.
super soft.
So
Um,
cute. Now, is it one
yeah,
piece or did you have to sew the head onto the body?
I had to sew the head onto the body.
Okay. Because for me with amigurumi, I'm always looking for the pattern where it's just like a one piece body. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because my
I don't
sewing
think.
skills are like laughable.
See, this is what we bonded over, though. The fact that we hate sewing.
Oh,
My best friend does embroidery, and I messaged her and I said, "Oh, can you give me any tips on sewing? Because I know you do embroidery, or is that something entirely different?" Her response was, um, "You saying sewing is like embroidery is like if I was to call crochet knitting to you." And I was like, "You know what? Fair point. I
my
understand. I
mind
take
is
it."
blown because of course, I would not know that at all either.
Right? So I was like, can you give me some
Wow.
tips on sewing? She was like, it's a completely different ball. Well, it's not, obviously it's got similarities, but it
Yeah.
is a completely different ball game in terms of like the skill and how you use it. And I just thought it was so funny because as soon as she said, because someone says like, oh, Jade knits. I go, no, I crochet.
It's like a trigger. It's like, wait a minute, what did you just
It
say?
is
Wrong
because
word, guys.
I cannot knit for, wait, am I allowed to swear?
I do have a very young audience, so
I do not. Okay, yeah, I do. It's a good job I stopped myself then, isn't it? I do not knit. Full stop.
I love it. I did
You,
actually design a sticker and it says I'm a crafty little B word. And I
can
was
I have
like,
that, please? Thank you.
I did. I'm gonna make some just because I have to
Good,
have it for myself.
good, 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 good. I was like, I
So
need
I'll
that.
print some. But I will definitely be sending you some stickers just because you participated and you gave me your time and I just can't help
Yay.
myself. So you will have
That's
some in the
all I'm
package.
here for. You see, I'm easily bought. I'm in it for the stickers. Like,
It's so
of
funny. I
course.
love it.
I know. That was like one of the first things you said to me, and I was like, "No, I'm not funny. I'm really not." Like,
You are hilarious. When
no.
we met, you were telling me where you were from.
Oh no! I was like
I
crying at
laughed.
home, just like I wonder if she believes it. I was like, "No, of course she doesn't." So,
Oh my gosh.
can you remember? Can you remember what I said?
Yes, Men in Tights. Come on.
Okay. Okay. So I explained to people. Obviously, I'm English. If you can't tell from the
I have
very
no
common.
idea.
If I just come out with British slang or something that nobody understands, please call me out because I will do that. Um, but I am from Nottingham, and one of the things I said to Lila, because I explained letter L, is that it's true that we do all go around dressed like Robin Hood still, um, like the green tights, the hat, like everything. It's like what? And I'm sorry, I can't like. I know she doesn't believe me, but at the same
Oh my
time, I wanted
god.
to know.
I love
Like,
that. I love that. And immediately,
he's not.
like the next day, I watched Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Did you? I
Yes, I
actually,
had to.
I literally learned about like 2 days ago that he's not from Nottingham.
Stop it.
Right? Yeah. I mean, to be fair, even Sherwood Forest isn't like exactly Nottingham either. But he's like genuinely from. It's a place like I think he's from Birmingham. Like
Okay.
he's from somewhere else, and then he moved like to different places, and then ended up in Sherwood Forest, and even that's not Nottingham. So, so
He,
why is it that if I go to my town centre, there's like a giant Robin Hood statue? Like, he's not even here.
there's a Robin Hood statue there?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
We have like
gosh. I have to look it up on the
um
internet after this.
we did a thing where we got like they did like local artists, and they all had these giant robins, and they all had a Robin Hood hat on. And like they got loads of local artists to
I'm gonna turn
design
back this
these
way.
different robins. Yeah, at least you be the right
Yeah.
way.
No, I'm gonna turn back so we're both the same way. It'll be odd for other
Ooh, we
people, but
match.
yeah, that
Oh,
way when we
sorry, I just
record it,
noticed
it'll
my
be
best
sunny.
friend just joined. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. Welcome. But no, tell
She's
me about this statue.
it's just a big Robin Hood statue. Like, but yes, the robins are really good, and they did it all around Nottingham, and all these local artists like decorated them in different
Oh,
ways.
beautiful.
There was some really good ones. It was really nice, but you see that a lot around Nottingham. There's always a lot of art that's placed around and kind of community-based stuff
That's
for the
beautiful. I like
most
that kind
part.
of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's pretty good. Yeah.
So tell me, do you primarily sell amigurumi?
Yeah, pretty much. It was only, I don't even remember why, but for the most part, I think it was actually funny enough, Sarah, who's in the chat, it was her sister.
Hmm.
She crochets and stuff like that. And we just started talking one day, and I explained about how I tried knitting, and I'm just rubbish at it. So bad. And I was explaining because I was like, I hold my hands too tight. Like I was knitting and I've got too much tension.
Yeah.
And so then you just can't move the wool once you get past that point. And she was like, why have you tried crochet? Because some crochet, like, you need to have tension. You need
Especially
to, like,
amigurumi.
exactly. And I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? No, I've never given it a go. And then the very first thing I made some, like, little Pokemon for Sarah for
Nice.
Christmas. So it
Nice.
was like kind of a nice little like if I say family twist, her family twist.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's beautiful. Came full circle.
yeah.
That's
So I just started making little things, and somebody would go, "Oh, could you make this?" And I would go, "I'd try," and I'd make it, and then give it away.
That's awesome.
Um, Yeah, it was Christmas though. I did really well at Christmas time. I made like little robins, little reindeer, stuff like that, and it just kind of blew up, to be honest. So I was like, "Oh, this is really exciting," and I was not prepared. Like I wasn't paying for shipping. I wasn't doing anything. Like I was selling things for like £2, but they'd take me like 4 hours to make.
Yeah, I had to learn that the
Um,
hard way too. I'm undervaluing my work.
I'm pretty certain I still do, but
But
I
I'm
don't
a
know.
bargain hunter. Like I'm a thrifter, I'm a bargain hunter. I
Yeah,
don't want to pay regular retail price. So I'm definitely, if you want to negotiate with me, because I'm a person who wants to negotiate, I'm always like I buckle a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't
yeah,
ever want to feel like I'm not giving somebody a good deal. And I think at the end of it, I always kind of come up short. You know?
yeah.
I mean, that's
I
just the
get that.
truth, you know?
Yeah. I think as well, like I always come to this argument in my head. So like if I've made like a cat, for example, like it's the same size. I'll make bears, right? The same size. And I'd go, okay, like I could sell this for £6, let's say, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they'd take me minimum 4 hours, let's say. And in my head, I then go, but would a person really pay £6 for a teddy, like a normal teddy bear? Like, would a person genuinely go looking for a cat, a toy bear, and go, yeah, I'll pay a tenner or I'll pay 15 quid for this one item?
Hmm. And do
But
you
that's
think the
not,
answer is no?
I think the answer is no for the most part
Okay.
because I'm not thinking about it as like it's a handmade
That's
item.
what I was gonna. It's different when it's handmade. It's one of a kind.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And so
different.
I don't think of it like that. I just think of it as an item. So if you
Hmm.
were like scrolling through Etsy or something, obviously Etsy is made for, small
Handmade.
businesses and handmade stuff. So like I say, it's kind of a different ball game.
Hmm.
But a part of me, especially because I'm trying to think about going onto a stall or like moving into like obviously a bigger range of people,
Yeah.
to have that thought process of would a person genuinely walk past a stall and go, without knowing it's truly handmade and understanding like time and effort, would they genuinely go, yeah, okay, I'll pay a tenner for this whale, like
Yeah.
that's yay
Yeah.
big.
But you have to
So
always remember too, there's gonna be people who are your customers and people who just are not your customers. And that person who's not
mhm.
willing to recognize that it took however long, you know what I'm saying, to produce this product, probably is not your customer. They need to go to like the dollar store. And I have to think like that now. I have to train myself to think like that, you know?
Yeah, and like I say, I think if people, like I say, if they want it, they want it. Like they will put in the time. Like it does. I don't know if it's still the same for you or like anybody else that like sells things in this way, but it shocks me every single time. Like if I hear that little Etsy like ching like noise, I'm like,
Oh my
no
gosh.
way!
I
It's like
cry
a big
tears.
event.
I
Yeah,
cry.
you're right.
I will cry. I sold a sweater yesterday and I was just like over the wall ecstatic. And it was because
Oh, that's so exciting.
it's only the second sweater I ever made. It was my first commission. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like
Yeah,
that's a big one, you know? So I
exactly.
definitely get that feeling. Absolutely.
So cute. I know.
Absolutely.
I said, I think you just because you've put time and effort into something, for then somebody to you appreciate it in your own way, but you can't imagine somebody else appreciating it. So for
Right.
then like them to not only put money towards it, but then they leave you a review that's like, this is great. I'm like, really? Something
Yeah.
I made? Like
Yeah.
it's actually
It's
good.
it's literally so fulfilling in ways that you can't really explain unless you've experienced it yourself. To make something with your hands that somebody else is willing to give you money for, you know what I'm saying? Which
Yeah,
is like maybe $2 worth of yarn, but I could sell it for exponentially more,
yeah,
and somebody will buy it.
right?
So
That's
yeah,
exactly.
it's like
That's what I
magic
used
in a
to
way.
do. I would say that's what I used to do in terms of like pricing in my head. That's all I would think about. If I've spent like so like say when it was my Christmas stuff, a lot of it was the same brown color. So I could use one ball, which is about £2 or £3, and I could make at least 12 of the same thing and sell them for £3.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh, you just get so excited.
Exactly.
But meanwhile, like I say, you're spending 2 hours sat there getting finger cramp, and you're like, it's going to be worth the £2 extra. I'm so excited.
So let me ask you this question. Do you offer
Yes.
birth certificates with your amigurumi?
No.
Now,
But that is a great.
this was somebody said to me yesterday. I was talking to Ari, and I will link her in this. She's making amigurumi, and she says with every item she puts a birth certificate. And I was thinking to myself, if I was making handmade amigurumi with the birth certificate, I would put on there how long it took to produce that right on that birth certificate, really
So
close to the price tag. You see what I'm saying? Like those things, those numbers need to be relatable. So like you
my
have a
brain,
separate tag for the, price, and then
yeah.
another one for the birth certificate. And the person who looks at the item is like, oh, this took 6 hours to make. Oh, this price for $60, whatever it might be, is reasonable, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my brain is so terrible. Like, you see, when you said, like, you wanted to put on the birth certificate, like, how long it took to make, my brain was like, how long you carried it for?
I love that.
Like, how long did it take to come to term? Like, like this,
That is
I carried
hilarious.
this amigurumi for 4 hours.
Before cutting the umbilical cord.
Yeah, and you have like different terms. You have like the base term where you make the head and the body. Then you have the the second term is when you do like the little details, so like the
You're
ears, the tail.
so
And then
right.
third term is when you're sewing and then you give birth.
Oh, that is
Like,
so funny.
it
I
makes
love it.
perfect sense. No.
You're so right. Hey, y'all, welcome in. We're talking about giving birth to amigurumi creatures and how long it takes for them to gestate. I love that. But I love that idea because it made me think about Build-A-Bear. Do you know what Build-A-Bear is?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So maybe think about
Yes.
Build-A-Bear because when you go to Build-A-Bear, they give you a birth certificate and they put like
Yeah.
a little heart inside the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was
I have
thinking,
one. I literally was just looking around for him and I
oh,
don't
do
know where
you?
he is.
Is it
Yeah.
an Animal Crossing character?
No, it's not. I'm so sorry. Like, one of the first things you were like, I love Animal Crossing. I was like, I've just started playing.
I'm such a I'm such a fangirl.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, you said you got it? No, why is mine's just a bear. But there's a old comedy, British comedy, that I used to watch. It's called Dad's Army.
Hmm.
And it's about like old men, like World War, what is it? It's basically these old men that are in the old guard, and it's obviously they're trying to protect England, but they're all pretty useless. It's a really old thing,
It's like a
but I've
comedy.
always yes,
Okay.
it's very good. And there's this character, and he's just a complete wreck.
Nice.
And he's always my favorite character called Godfrey. And so, my parents, when I was younger, as a present, got me Godfrey, which was a teddy bear who had like the little army clothes.
Oh, how
And
cute.
yeah, and they used to say it was their voices, and they used to say goodnight to me like the same way.
Oh,
And so when I had to like go somewhere and sleep somewhere else, if someone was working or whatever, I could play
yeah.
that and be saying goodnight to me. It
Oh
was
my
really
gosh.
cute.
That's so
I
sweet.
know.
That's so heartwarming. I love those
I
stories.
know. I love stuff like that. I
That's
have
beautiful.
speaking of Build-A-Bear, I have like this really I want your opinion on this because it's gonna take loads of time and effort and she's not ready for it. But I have this plan. This is what me and my friend are gonna do. I have a friend who sews and she makes clothes and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And so I said what I wanted to do is I wanted to make like my teddy bears that you've seen and like my cats or whatever.
Hmm.
And then she is going to make and design like little clothes, like little bucket hats, little coats, stuff like that. And then people can like pick. And I said we could also do a service where it was like if they have material, so say like you had a baby that's grown out of all their clothes, you use that, she can use that material, turn it into like a little outfit for a bear, and then you keep the baby clothes on a little teddy bear.
It's so funny that you say that because my
Yeah,
son has a teddy bear and it has an Adidas tracksuit from when
that's
he was a little, like
incredible.
it's like a 6 month old Adidas tracksuit, but I put it
Yeah.
on the teddy bear because he can't fit it and I just can't bring myself to get rid of it.
That's so
So
cute.
when you said that, I was like, this is something that I would purchase because this is a sentimental thing and it's so
Yeah,
personal. People would buy those
yeah,
as gifts, like in slews, because
exactly.
it's such a one of a kind thing.
Right. And I was just like, it's just a really good way because like we both like doing what we do. You know, I love crochet, she
Yeah,
loves it.
and you can just
And
bring
we
those two worlds together.
exactly, and I love obviously she's like one of my best friends, so I love hanging out with her. So I was like, this is a great plan for us to come up with
That's
and
a
balance
brilliant
things, and I can
idea.
try and use obviously with my product it'd be like one or two,
Hmm.
and then it was with hers people could buy like loads of different outfits like a Build-A-Bear as such, but it would be a cheap Build-A-Bear. Watch me
Exactly.
get
And then you
sued.
could do like, I know, right? Maybe even like themed like clothing, like have an outfit for winter, for Christmas, have an outfit for Easter, have an outfit, you know what I'm saying? So people could buy different outfits who already have one, so you can have
So I'm
repeat
like
customers.
the bit.
Oh my gosh, I love that
Right.
idea. That's
I
so
just thought it'd be
sweet.
really cute because I was
No,
even
it
saying to
would.
her, I was speaking to her the other day about it, and I said like, would we? You could even I could sew the ears on top of a hat or something. She was like, no, no, I'll put slits because then we can change them. I was like, yes, they must be able to change the outfits. Good point. I'm just thinking one dimensional. She was like, let's swap clothes all the time.
I think I may have to hop out. I hear my little
Oh
loved
no.
one squeaking in the background.
Yes.
So let
Wait,
me hop
what am
out.
I supposed to do? And
I'm like, hold on. See, I think he's rustling around in there. But I will send you a message after this because I would like to continue this conversation.
okay, we'll do
Thank
that.
you, of course.
Okay, hit me up in a second.
All right, bye bye.